Hi everyone, this is Candace, and this is Candace Be True, baby. Candace Be Real. On this channel, I love to do unboxings, talk about all things makeup, beauty, hair care, skincare, and I love to do product reviews. That is what today's video is. Today's video is focused on my first impressions, my thoughts regarding e.l.f. products. So I've not really used e.l.f. before. I am super late to the party. Eyes, lips, and face. You know, years ago when I would see e.l.f. out in stores, I was like, what does e.l.f. stand for? Well, there you go. So I am going to be doing a full face and thoughts on the CC Camo Cream, the new Mint eyeshadow collection, and just give my feedback on using brushes for the first time from e.l.f., bronzer, blush, highlighter, all of the goodies. So if you are wanting to see what my initial impressions are, stay tuned. So what I'm going to do today is actually go ahead and get started with the e.l.f. Mint Melt eyeshadow collections. So I have this one here. Let me go ahead and show you. And then I have this one, which has some of the kind of like chocolate brown shades. I am going to be in work today, virtually, doing conference calls, things like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with this one, which has, again, 4 shades. There we go. The kind of glittery mint shade, a gold shade, and then 2 mattes. All I did was put some eyebrows on and a little bit of primer on my eyes, and that is all I have done this far. So I am opening, as you can see, the e.l.f. blending eye brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just again get started with this light brown here. I am tapping that blending brush in and trying to remove some excess because this is going to be my transitions shade. The reason I am talking a little bit quickly and kind of going through a little fast, and that is a pretty light brown, is because I am trying not to spend too much time anymore like editing my videos or really just doing that. So I want you to again get my genuine thoughts, feedback, opinion. I am using a mirror right here and just kind of like a windshield wiper motion, and I'm liking actually how light this brown shade is. It really is a nice soft transition shade on the eyes. Super happy. And if you want my feedback on this blending brush that I'm using so far, it is actually super packed. Not that I should be surprised, but again, I don't use e.l.f. products. No idea why, but I am starting now, and here I am. So again, just looking in the mirror, what do you think? I love, again, that lightness. I think it goes on really well. So the next thing that I'm going to do is just tap into this darker brown shade right here. And what I'm going to do for that is use the e.l.f. eye crease shade, of course, to put it right here in my crease. Now, if you are unfamiliar, e.l.f. is cruelty-free and vegan. I do believe I got these brushes, again, just that dark brown shade, at Target. There is a lot of like kick up. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I just want to get that off my brush. And then I'm going to pack that into the outer corner of my eye right there so that I can do a cut crease. My big old mirror palette that I have in my hands here. I think that looks really, really nice. So I'm just trying to tap that in without being like too excessive. I think these shades are really, really pretty. As light as I can, I am doing the packing on there. Super, super pretty. I'm just bringing it in a little bit into my overall crease. Nothing too crazy. And what I'm going to do is go ahead back in then with that transition shade, that initial light brown, and blend it all out. So I'm kind of setting myself up here for a little bit of a cut crease, but what I will say is I find these shades very blendable already. Like, that looks really pretty. You can pick up as little or as much pigment. Now these little mint palettes that I showed you with the 4 shades are $4. So how can you go wrong? You really can't beat that. Now overall, I'm just kind of happy with how that looks, but I do want to go back in and, like I said, blend it out, kind of soften up the edges here. So how are you all? I am doing well. I feel like I've been wanting to spend a little bit more time like playing around with makeup, watching other people's tutorials, of course trying out this e.l.f. line here, and I cannot wait to see how the CC cream works. I've heard mixed reviews. What about you? So I've heard people who have loved it, and then there are other people who are like, nope, it is too full coverage. It works more as a foundation. I'm not loving it. What are your thoughts? Have you tried it? Will you try it? The Camo cream is $14. So if it works for you, if it is kind of like, you know, sits nicely with your skin, if it is advantageous for you, I figure why not? $14 is affordable when you think about full coverage like foundation products. So there we have that all set down. Now I'm going to go in, and it would actually be like kind of the cherry on top this morning if I couldn't find what I needed right now, because I spilled my coffee this morning all over myself in the car, and I am actually using my finger, call me a rebel, just to lay down some of this for the cut crease. Spilled my coffee, dropped some of these brand new e.l.f. products. So if you are thinking you're having a crazy morning, you are not alone. It is Monday when I'm filming this, and I hope to get it up by the end of today. Again, the world, and I'm blinking like a mad woman right here because some of these amazing women's videos that I've been watching said when you blink and you're laying down some of that concealer on your eyes, when you lay it down on your lid and you blink, that's kind of how far you want to bring up the concealer on your eyes. So that I don't look crazy, I'm actually going to pull out the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, that is what it is called, and use that to kind of finish up laying down the concealer for the cut crease here. So there we have it. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I definitely will use my finger now to go back into a third shade here, which is, I'm going to go with the gold kind of shimmer there. Ooh, it is creamy. You can tell it's packed tightly, and you can also tell it's not as kind of creamy and soft as some more expensive, like higher end, I would say. I don't say higher end, but more expensive shadow palettes. But what I will tell you is, holy smokes, this is a beautiful glitter shade. Like, do you see that? That is gorgeous. I am loving the way that is laying on the eyes. And I'm going to have to go back one last time and just make sure I blend everything out. I'm loving that. Now I'm probably going to do a video like this again with just the shadow and do some more of the mint colors. as I mentioned, I want to have kind of more of a wearable look today because I do have meetings. Not that green isn't wearable, but because it totally is. But I thought maybe some of those like chocolate and gold colors would do the trick for like some of my work meetings. I am loving it so, so much. As I'm sure we all could, I could sit here and like play with eyeshadow all day and try to transform the look or do something a little bit different. But I think I am overall just like happy with that. Nice and simple, nothing too deep or intense. What do you think? So now let's get into the color correcting full coverage e.l.f. CC cream. This is in the shade Light 210 Neutral or Light 210N. I just went on their website and know that I fall within that general shade range. I am not fair and I am definitely not like tan right now. First impressions, here we go. Ooh, I got a lot, and from what I've heard, and this being full coverage, it may be too much, but I'm putting a little bit on my hand and then going in with my sponge, and let's just get that right on the skin. It looks like it's actually a really good shade match. Yeah, I'm really happy. Do you see how nicely, oh my goodness, that is sitting on the skin beautifully. Holy moly. All right, have we found a holy grail? Loving it, absolutely loving it. I apologize if my lighting is too much. I also have a big kind of like bay window, so my apologies there. But I think a lot of people were like, this is too oily. Now here's what I'll say. If you are someone with oily skin, it does have a lot of shine to it. So you may find that it's too much for your skin. I will say I have dry skin and my skin tends to soak up products. I love a nice hydrating moisturizer. And I do want to make my best attempt at turning these lights down just a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Did that help at all? I hope so, just so you can see what I am seeing here. Again, just blending out. I also, a few people have said that it doesn't really like soak into the sponge too much, and I am not seeing that either. So I just want to clean up my under eye. I am really impressed right now. And now I feel like the light is a little too dim. Maybe one level up. Does that help? What do you think? I like it. I feel like, yeah, I can say with full confidence this could very well be a holy grail product for me. However, I don't have oily skin. I am someone who has, if anything, dry to combinations sometimes. So this CC cream to me is completely full coverage as it states. Loving it. So as I was talking about before, I've had a morning and it's just been one thing after another. I spilled my coffee everywhere. Then I decided to knock over my ring light and the cover came completely off of that. And then when I was trying to set up, I knocked over all of my brand new e.l.f. products and shattered the blush. Anywho, how's it going for you? So now that I have that on, again, I'm just really trying to get it absorbed in the skin. I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to go in and start with some of the other new products that I have. Let me first go in with the bronzer that I got. So this is the e.l.f. and oh my goodness, that's so funny. It doesn't really have too much on the back of like what kind of part of the brand it's from, meaning like is it a newer like shimmer or matte formula or whatever the case may be with brands, but this just says it's the e.l.f. Forever Sun Kissed. I took it out of the packaging so that I didn't have to do that right now. But I'm gonna swatch. Ooh, that's creamy. I actually swatched it on top of the CC cream, so I don't want to do that. But that is the bronzer. It actually doesn't look too dark, and that is what I was going for because I don't have a complete tan right now, or any tan for that matter. Ooh, I like this. Do you see that? That's really pretty. And I'm just going in and kind of treating it as like a bronzer, but then also a little bit as a, what is the word I'm looking for? As a contour. First impression, super creamy. Super light, not overly excessive. Sorry to do that in your face. But wow, this Forever Sun Kissed is a pretty shade, and it looks like it's kind of like blendable but also buildable, if that makes sense. It might be a little too dark for me right now, but I'm trying to go down my neckline. I am liking that. Let's pop into the blush that I was telling you about that I ended up shattering. Oh, you can probably see that. You see that. Oh, this is a primer infused shimmer blush in Always Hazy, and I have a black top on right now, so let's all pray that it don't spill all over me. Light hand, Candace, light hand, light hand. Close it back up, and ooh, that is pretty. I think for this one, I'm gonna actually be able to go into like the shattered parts, go a little bit deeper to begin with. But I really like that it's soft. The Always Hazy, a soft pink. There we go. Thoughts? I absolutely love it. I am loving this whole look. Very pretty. It's a very, what I will say about e.l.f. right now is it feels like it's just a very like wearable brand, not over the top. Again, depending on what shades you get, what look you're going for, but it's just giving me what feels like a nice everyday wearable glow. And then the last thing I'm dipping into is a highlighter, and it says on the back it's rose gold, so that is what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead. I always use my finger for highlighter like this. So this I would say is a definitely, do you see this here, like a glow from within. I'm not in love with the highlighter so far. It is hard, like meaning it's jam packed, but there's not a lot of payout there. I mean, maybe on the camera, I'll see there, it looks a little bit different. But I feel like on my cheeks, not getting as much. So there we have it. A nice little tint, a little glow, a little hue. I did forget, and I'm so sad because it was one thing I was super excited for. I forgot to show you all the putty, the Poreless Putty Primer. So I will have to do that in an upcoming video. Again, thoughts, opinions, feedback. I like it. I really like it. I think it looks pretty. I want to go back in one more time. If I can find it, I'm just going to go back in with one of my fair brushes and just give the shadow one more kind of once over. This is actually one of my favorite shadow looks I have done in a while, and I think it's because it's simple. Very, very wearable and blendable, as I had mentioned. Now, I do want to say I got this all on e.l.f.'s website, with the exception of a few things I got from TJ Maxx. Of course, I had to. But if you spend, I believe, $25, something like that, you get a free gift. And I'm pretty sure that was this. So this is the e.l.f. Active Workout Ready Lip and Cheek, which I thought was such a cute option. There are 4, could have just used this mirror, but there are 4 different little tins in here. And I'm going to go into this one. It is a very, you can tell it's very light. So I'm wondering if this is more of like a gloss. Ooh, look at that kind of like rosy pink. Oh my goodness, I love this. And I want to deepen that up a little bit with like a berry as well. I am loving this look. Yes, e.l.f. So this is with some of that berry shade, that darker end shade on top of it. Just a little bit of a deeper lip. Yes! I'm going to throw on some lip gloss right on top for some shimmer. What do you think? The last thing, which I have not bought, but I want to throw on some, of course, is some mascara. So I did not buy any e.l.f. mascara. Have you used e.l.f. mascara? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions on it? This is the Their Real Benefit mascara. And I just think mascara adds that final touch. I'm so laughing at myself because I was using such a big mirror before, and to me that is like distracting and just a lot to hold on to. I am so impressed. And as I mentioned, I forgot the Poreless Putty Primer. So in an upcoming video, what I'm going to do is use the CC cream again with the Poreless Primer. See if that changes anything for me. Oh my goodness. And give my feedback in that video. But for now, I think the CC cream on its own, because it is hydrating, it has a really nice consistency to it. It did not even need primer. But I'm just kind of throwing on some mascara right now. I really do like the They're Real, but have you used e.l.f. mascara? Again, I want to hear your feedback, your opinions, your comments down below. This is the final look. Again, I feel work ready. I feel like I am happy. I mean, for a foundation or CC cream for $14, an eyeshadow palette for $4, and then we have the blush, the bronzer, and the highlighter, which were approximately like $4 each because I did get them at TJ Maxx. I am not disappointed at all, one bit. I actually love this look. Let me know down below, what did you think? Will you be trying these products? Have you tried these products? And I cannot wait to hear from you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.